Today I wanted to do a little experiment and test the same drawing with 6 oil pastel brands. I'll be using my favorite paper for this. It's a good quality 100% cotton paper, Somerset. And these are the brands I'll be testing. Gallery Set, the Junior Artist, Crayola, Pentel, Expressionist, and Sennelier. I'll draw very minimal landscapes and then compare the 6 results. Let me show you the final results. I want to show them all 6 side by side, like as a grid for you to see them all together. But before I do that, I just have a couple thoughts. The set I had the most trouble with was Crayola. I found it to be very dry and really hard to blend with my fingers. Everything was kind of like balling up. I took some footage of it. At first, I thought it was the paper that was kind of balling up, but it was actually the oil pastels themselves. They're on the dry side. I could make them work, blending pastel on pastel, but with my fingers, things were getting messy. The other set that I found a little bit underwhelming was Pentel Arts, which surprised me because compared to everything else, I found that it didn't blend as well. It was a little bit more blotchy. One thing that was super interesting to me was to compare the Junior and the Expressionist set because they're both made by Craypass Sakura, and the Expressionist set is a lot more expensive. In creating the same drawing using the same colors back to back, what I noticed was that there wasn't much difference at all between those two. So the Junior and the Expressionist performed pretty similarly. I don't really see a difference, honestly. They blended very well. And the Junior set is really inexpensive. It blends really, really well. I was surprised at that. If I had to pick between Expressionist and Junior, I would pick Junior just because it's a lot less expensive. And the fact that the stick itself is a smaller stick is actually a good thing because it allows me to put in more details as opposed to the chunkier sticks. All right, let's check them all together. As you can see, the sky of the Pentel Art set is a lot blotchier than most of the other ones. That surprised me because I always thought that the Pentel performed pretty well for me. They were very, very cheap, as in not expensive, and I never noticed any major problems. But now comparing them to a whole bunch of other pastels, I see that they might blend a little less well. It might be because my set is older and it's drying a little bit, I'm not sure. But in comparison, the Junior set is almost the same price and was a lot more easier to blend and a lot nicer to work with. This test also confirmed that to me, the best to work with was Sennelier, which are the most expensive pastels, and they are professional. They're about $4 to $5 each stick. They are so creamy. When you blend 2 colors together, they transform into another shade. They really blend seamlessly, which is a hard thing to achieve with oil pastels. The Gallery set, I must admit, is very, very close to Sennelier. The colors are very vibrant and nice, and they blend like a dream. It's also a very creamy oil pastel. Having said that, I wouldn't run out and buy all the Sennelier shades. What I would do is probably use another set that works well for me, that is affordable, but the Sennelier white is a must. It's mandatory. I can't live without it. It's so thick and creamy, and I need Sennelier white in my collection. I always buy multiple sticks. I buy like 5 sticks, and that I would recommend to even the most beginner. My final thought would be that no matter what set I use, as you can see, the results are not that different. If you compare the most expensive and professional sennelier to the most affordable junior, which performed really well, you see that there isn't much of a difference in the final result. I think no matter what set you use, you can always make it work. That's something to keep in mind. I think the main difference might be while you're drawing, you might have to work a little harder with the more affordable set. It might be harder to blend, harder to layer, things like that. But in the end, you can have something really interesting no matter what you use. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe you saw something I didn't see. A very special thanks to my patrons. If you want more inspiration, watch this next.